Yeah, it was about the not Shaggy. It was Sean Paul.
Yes, the one
They Get Busy. It's 22 minutes.
It's up to you.
I mean, if you're down, unless anything else breaks, then we'll switch back. But I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I have.
Jesus
I remember
Christ,
driving
it's
from the
good
hill
shit.
to the studio. My girlfriend at the time calls me. She said, where you going? And she was with her friend. I'm like, I'm going to the studio. And her friend is like, oh, put my name in the song. And I said, okay, Canna, I got you, girl.
Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, miss? Annabella, shake that thing. Yeah, Donna, Jody and Rebecca.
He was showing me these chords of how to move my voice in the rhythm. He's going crazy. Well, I'm gonna follow.
This is where the magic happened. Yeah. So these drums, people cannot recreate that.
Doom, 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 doom. That's dope. I did those 6 years of like dreaming and then having people be like, bro, you're making a mistake with your life.
The major labels didn't know what to do with a Jamaican reggae dancehall artist.
To get it played on the radio, make it sound like R&B.
They were worried if they push the button on that and it doesn't really work, and then it would be an over album. And I went into several meetings and I was like, yo, please don't do that.
We pulled the plug on it at the very last minute.
We really did get busy after that.
Get busy, just shake that booty non-stop. When the beat drop, just keep swinging it. Get busy.
When did Vice become fucking VH1 behind the music, bro?
I
When
don't
the
know.
fuck did that happen?
I don't know, but I appreciate it because
You know what? This better be fucking fire, dude. Seriously, because otherwise I'm gonna be really mad.
Wait, hold on. Why is it? All right.
Good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up the point. The reason I say this because, like, I watched a lot of VH1 behind the music and like making the albums, classic albums, and they really do like really good deep dives into those some certain albums. So I hope this is a really like I appreciate music, so I hope this really just breaks down like the story behind it, the concept behind it, the production. I really hope it breaks it down to like
well,
down to the minutia. So we'll see. We'll see.
that.
You've seen it before, but I haven't.
Yeah.
This is Kingston. I like to say there's the best things and the worst things here. And it depends on your perspective and it depends on how you want to look at life.
So we grew up in what we call Uptown Kingston. Mom's is English and Chinese. Pops is Jamaican and Jewish.
Up here was uptown. And that's literally the fence that says you're downtown or you're uptown. Growing up in uptown in the school that I went to, people view you as you had the spoon in your mouth. I didn't grow up rich, but I grew up middle class. You go to school with an old bag, and the kids is coming there with brand new trapper keepers every week. So even the simple things like that would get my mind like, I'm not like them, I don't fit here.
We come from uptown, but because of what happened in our family, it wasn't such a cushy environment.
Straight down there is some brick buildings, and that's the prison. It's called General Penitentiary. My father went to prison when I was 13 and came out when I was 19. Even though I didn't have like a dirt poor lifestyle, it was difficult growing up with a father that kept getting in trouble for hustling.
You have to appreciate the fact that life is hard for majority of people here, and music would be an escape from just transporting you to somewhere better.
My life was influenced musically by, the community, what was hot in Jamaica at the time. By the time I'm about 10, 11, I started loving dancehall music.
Dancehall is the faster version of what was playing at the time, which was reggae.
Every time I saw these gods on stage, I'm like, I could do that. But all along that time, I'm swimming for Jamaica, from I was 13 years old, I was making the teams. There was one day I was right there on that corner. You see where you see those little stairs? My friend's father is here. And I'm calling my friend, I'm like, yo! And he was like, bro, not everybody can shout that distance. You have a good voice, bro. It kind of clicked in my mind like, yeah, maybe I do have a good voice. Every day I'm training and I'm hearing like a rhythm in my head. And I come out the pool and I have lyrics. By the time I was 17, I was like, I'm gonna rhyme. So it took 6 years of me going to the studios, doing demos, and then having people be like, bro, you're making a mistake with your life. And it's like, nobody knows you, bro. And then I finally meet a brethren, that was Jeremy Harding. Jeremy Harding was my first producer. He was my first manager and a good friend of mine, a dude with a wealth of knowledge about music and life.
They always tell you that, though, when you chase your dream. You're making the biggest fucking mistake of your life, bro.
That's true.
They always tell you that shit, bro. They always tell you
Bro,
that.
you have no idea how many people have told me, why the fuck would you quit your job and start your own computer repair business? I'm telling you, I'm off.
Nice
right
plug.
Oh, no, wearing it, right? Actually, it's underneath, but I can take it, right? They were like, bro, you fucking dumb. You're leaving bank in the table. But it's like, real talk, no stress, because technically I can work when I want to, arrange
You can
the
arrange your
service
schedule.
calls, right?
Yeah.
Spend time with the kids, drop them off at school. If they got appointments, I take them. I don't got to deal with corporate or meeting their goals. I mean, I got goals, from, expenses and shit.
Yeah.
But it's not like fucking, oh, where are you at your fucking goals today? Or are you going to meet them this month? Are you going to fucking exceed last month's goals? It's like, bitch, fuck out of here. So, yes, they do tell you that shit.
Yeah. Don't let anyone discourage you for like chasing your dream, bro.
Exactly.
They tell you
This right here's another dream, bro. We've been doing this shit off and on.
since 2010, bro, 2012.
Yes. And now it seems like there's better time in our schedules, better opportunities. So
Yeah.
we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, but don't let anyone tell you that to not chase your dream, because that's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Unless they're paying you, dog. 'Cause then
And then yeah, unless they sign the checks, bro, then you just sit there like, yes, sir.
I started to work with Sean, we realized that we shared a similar background. The way that we describe it, that we're all uptown kids. So the friends and family that we had around us were looking at us strangely like, why do you want to get involved with dancehall? Dancehall is nasty, dirty ghetto music. And then at the same time, you're struggling against the other side of the community saying, no, you shouldn't be here because you don't have no place to be in this music and you're not from the ghetto, therefore you're not authentic.
Everybody was always kind of challenging. You can't express for us. And you feel like, oh, I'm not accepted here either, in terms of they think I don't have it hard. It's true, I don't have it as hard as that, but everyone got their own struggles.
He started off with those more kind of, for what we like to call cultural records.
Yeah, the first ones was like one named Get a Story. On the road and beg food money. The rich man uptown a deal in US currency is an alarm. This, the Get a Story. I'm saying, look how people is living. That's fucked up.
I asked him, have you ever made a song, like a party song, like a girl's record? Because knowing his background, to try and be like, well, I'm gonna sing cultural records about what's wrong in the ghetto, for example. And it's like, no, not from you.
He's like, bro, nobody don't believe you, you know that, right? You're not the person that's gonna be able to preach. So why don't you sing about what you are? And I'm like, what am I? What do you mean? He's like, you are the guy that goes into the dances and you talk to other guys' girlfriends and then you get a fight. And I'm like, bro, that was when I was an adolescent. He's like, yeah, but that's you. Sing about girls, sing about partying. I was like, all right.
He's a charismatic girls man from back in the day. Girls would call the house, hi, is Sean there? And like hang up. Once he started singing songs about girls, everybody was like, yeah, that sounds like you.
And I started expressing myself more that way and just becoming more of myself in the song. And then I started to become more of a popular artist. So by 1998, I'm a household name in Jamaica. And you start getting bookings abroad, especially Miami, DC, and Atlanta, where there were like little community strongholds of dancehall enthusiasts and Jamaican people, our diaspora. And so VP Records was putting out some of my singles here and there.
VP Records was and still is the largest reggae distributor.
The CEO of VP Records is like, yo, think about doing an album. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, we would be interested in putting it out. The first album was called Stage 1.
My name is Murray Elias. I was Sean Paul's A&R at BP Records. I've been involved in the music business and the reggae business about 40 years.
He basically came into my life as this New York guy trying to tell me how to do my thing. But he was very instrumental and he became a very good friend in the biz.
Murray believed in the project, he believed in us as a team, and he saw it as an opportunity to finally see reggae on the platform which he knew it could reach.
Back in those days, the major labels didn't know what to do with a Jamaican reggae dancehall artist.
The previous formula was to get it played on the radio, make it sound like R&B. Because for years, that's what it was. Oh, the beats can't work, nobody understands the music. You need to put on R&B records, you need to put on pop beats. These dancehall beats can't work.
And we were determined to let Sean be Sean, authentic Jamaican dancehall.
VP put out that project, and I think we did 100,000 units of that record. This was working somehow.
After stage one, the next single was Give Me the Light.
Give Me the Light was Sean's first huge single.
It was just a landmark fucking record for Sean and I think for all of us, for dancehall in general.
When Give Me Light was blowing up, I started to get a vision of a bigger picture than just my diaspora, than the dancehall genre circles, which is huge, but this was going to be more.
After the success of Give Me the Light, Atlantic Records signed Sean Paul. So now here we are, getting ready to pick a follow-up to Give Me the Light.
Throughout the year, there's main producers that put out huge rhythms.
The rhythm would be the backing track. So you're really just making instrumentals. And then the process would start with the artist coming in and basically writing to the track.
Most rhythms have 5, 6, 10, 15 artists on it.
And you'd give the rhythms all of these type of names that you'd come up with, Punani, rhythm, and like all these things. So they would just name the rhythm tracks.
Someone had this track out, and it was called Duali.
When anybody would drop that track, the whole place would start clapping because it has these claps.
And it had elements of Indian.
You know,
Oh man, when nature calls, dog.
right?
What?
So when they're talking
Bango
about this something
music
right here,
and the percussion
sample,
and the type of the rhythmic structure.
Right.
I don't remember. I don't know if you remember that. I wonder if they.
Honestly,
Yeah.
da-da-da.
Lumidi.
I think so. Yeah.
That's when I heard that. When I hear that, that's what I think of. I didn't know that. I wonder if they got the sample from this.
Oh, shit. I never even thought.
Because the claps
Yeah.
and the drums and the drum patterns is the same. I wonder which one came out first.
Hey, yo, this is dope.
think-
What is this? And they say it's
They came out
lanky.
at the same time.
So my name is Stephen Marsden, goes by the name of Lenky. I made the track, Duali.
We call him Reggae Jesus. He used to have long hair, and he was a light-skinned dude. So it's Jesus.
Lenky was at the time known as being a session keyboardist. And Lenky was going out on his own to make his own production. So he had this rhythm, the Duala rhythm.
So this
Oh, so
is
Get
the
Busy came out a year
original
before.
Diwali
What's the
compilation album.
Uh-oh.
This
Came out in 2003.
is the real one. We're keeping it real.
Duala rhythm was huge. Everything for everybody was on it. You had the gangster records, you had party records, you had the romantic records.
Bounty Killer, Sufferer, T.O.K., Galangel, Wayne Wonder, No Letting Go.
He came up with so much different ways to play that rhythm. The same backbeat, the same drum and bass. And all of them were hits, man.
Time and pass and everybody went on the Diwali. And here come Sean Paul, he do him album and he want to go on it. So Sean Paul come on the beat. This is the original cut of Diwali rhythm. I gave to Sean Paul and he wrote Get Busy.
Do you remember what stood out to you when you first heard Diwali?
The bass, I love drum and bass. Doom, 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 doom. It was dope. I can't remember exactly the moment meeting him, but I do remember the day going to the studio. Well, we are at the studio that I voiced Get Busy and a couple other songs that the legendary Lenky.
Ever blazing,
You know what I mean?
murder.
The Reggae Jesus.
Yeah, let's go.
No reggae Jesus.
This is it. This is
Yeah.
all it. Little mixing board thing, 2 speakers right here.
Yo, me remember it bigger than this. You know?
Yo.
This
Yo, me serious that bigger than this, bro.
No.
Like, I seriously, go back more. This is where the magic happened, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's real truth.
So for Get Busy, they went up on the hill.
My brother and me, we used to go up on a hill and just talk about the business, talk about life. One of those times was me asking him his advice on these lyrics I had for Get Busy. And he chipped in and said, I think the chorus needs to be this.
Sexy ladies on par with us, carry with us. Like I didn't even have the whole sentence. It was just rhyming words. I was just throwing at him And he was like, yeah, that's too simple. I don't know.
But it
Honestly, I
worked.
left there thinking he's not gonna use that.
Yo, sexy ladies want part with us, in the car with us, them not war with us.
And then I did my verses, and I'm like, all right, I have this for the hook, but it was more linear. There was no melody in it. Get busy, just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop, just keep swinging it. And Lenky was like, I want you to do the verses like this.
And I said to Sean, we're going to make it sound just different, you know, kind of creepy.
Lenky was showing me these chords of how to move my voice in the rhythm. Get busy.
I said, Sean, I'm going to give you the melody. Get busy and shake that booty on top, top, da-da-dum, da, da, da-da-dum, da. And then I gave him some harmonies.
Shake that booty and just keep swinging it. So they cross like this. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. He's going crazy. I'm gonna follow.
Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop, just keep swinging it.
And that's where the Lenky weirdness start, the weird Lenky effect start coming into play.
He's a very particular person, I would say that.
Lenky had the ability as a musician to go and customize each person's song. So each person's song would have a special set.
See, this is a thing too that this is a debate that I often see with people on TikTok. Yeah. How they say that Dr. Dre is not like a great producer, right? But we'll table that discussion later. We'll table that. But the thing is that they're not ready to have the conversation that Dre produces. Like what this guy did, that's producing. That's telling you how to do the song. He is constructing the song for you. That's the job of a producer. He's supposed to tell you, look, this is how you got to do this. No, maybe you should say it like this and then go back into it. You know what I mean? Like, that's why this guy, like, what he's doing, he's breaking down what a producer should do.
True.
You know what I mean? Like him, Rick Rubin, Dr. Dre. Like, these are guys that are in the studio with the artist and telling them, look, this is how we're going to construct a song, and this is how you're going to make it a hit.
Because you get a lot of the people that is just like, all right, here's a beat, and let me mix it and master it for you. Or they get the vocals, they make a beat around it, and I was like, all right, fuck it. If it sounds good, you know.
Yeah. And that's the difference between a beat maker and a producer, in my opinion. A producer produces. A producer produces the song, not only mixing and mastering, but also producing the artist on how to structure his verses and hooks. And this is evidence. Like, yeah, this is like he's telling them, look, this is how you got to do it.
Real talk, without that dude, that song probably wouldn't have sounded as good.
Yeah, because he even said like,
oh shit, hold on.
He wouldn't have done it.
I think the kid's bus is here. Hold on.
All right. I'm sorry, the number you have reached.
Oh, dude, I hate that.
Yeah, but that's just my opinion. I think that's exactly what a producer does. Like, a producer should be doing that stuff. You know, so it is an interesting conversation to be had, though. Like, the difference between a producer and a beat maker. This is exactly what a producer should be doing.
Lyrics and arrangement. By customizing each song on Diwali, he kind of revolutionized how we produce to this day.
Dope, man. Lenky, crazy with it. He added so much. Excellent musician, and he just flowed with it.
This is the intro.
Usually we talk intros out in the genre, and I was like, nah, I just felt like doing this melody thing to follow the da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum. And I remember driving from the hill to the studio, and my present wife calls me. She was my girlfriend at the time. She said, where you going? And she was with her friend. I'm like, I'm going to the studio. And her friend is like, oh, put my name in the song. And I said, okay, Canna. I got you, girl.
Shake that thing, miss. Kinda.
Shake that thing, yeah. Annabella, shake that thing. Donna, Jody and Rebecca. Jody's my wife, so I put her name in there as well. And I cannot tell you how much Rebecca's have come to me over the years and say, I'm Rebecca. I'm like, thanks for putting my name in the song.
I
I have to thank Kenna.
Sean body words. No, that wicked. When the lyrics, crazy because shake that booty and there's the sound. I said, wow, bad.
The lyrics that I sang, Get Busy, I wanted people to just like hear it and go, yeah, I want to kick off my shoes. Words like crunked up, percolate.
Get crunked up, percolate. Anything you want, call it oscillate, if I don't.
I had to go into the clubs and people were like, you know how they would say it's lit now? Back then they were like, oh, it's percolating in here. Let's, you know what I mean? That was the talk. Go on, pet it, okay.
Go on, pet it. Yo, have a good time, girl. Free up on your mind, cause nobody can diss your man.
Go on is a Jamaican word that means go on. And pet it is what I'm referring to, is when a woman kind of touches her vagina boastfully and pets it. But it's said in a way that, it can play on the radio. Because when we say it as Jamaicans, we know what it means.
Most people outside of Jamaica can't understand the lyrics. They'll understand one and two little phrases. Shake that booty, American slang. Let the beat drop, hip-hop slang. Oh, you know what? We understand this guy. Like, we don't understand him because he's in Jamaican patois. We don't really get the whole record, but this is working for us.
Get busy just means to get down. Like, let's stop the foolishness and party. It's a serious job here.
I thought get buzzy mean let's get fucking. But all right.
I think that's what
Kids
we
are good,
Americans
girl,
got.
turn me on till the early morn. With the bang, 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 let's get it down till the early morn. Girl, it's all good. Woo, woo, woo. Crazy.
Sean got the record to me right away.
Memorex, that
and
brings
we
back
had a decision
memories.
to make
Yes.
at that point.
The next single that
We're bringing
VP Atlantic
everything in
wanted to drop
memories.
was called Like Glue. And I was like, nah, I don't want to put that out. I want to put out Get Busy.
The plans were like glue, but now the hottest rhythm in Jamaica was clearly Diwali. If Sean was going to be representing dancehall and Jamaica to the world, Sean needed to be on the hottest rhythm of that moment.
So we had to definitely go in there and fight to make sure that they would not ignore what Sean was doing.
We promise you Get Busy is going to be big. Do that instead of Like Glue. Record company didn't want to do that.
And I went into several meetings and I was like, yo, please don't do that. And they were worried if they push the button on that and it doesn't really work, and then they would miss the opportunity for the Like Glue to come, and then it would be an over album.
We pulled the plug on it at the very last minute and decided to make Get Busy the second single. We already had the video budget for Like Glue, but then we said, no, we're taking this video budget and we're switching it to Get Busy.
There's a video director named Little X, who we owe a lot to for Sean's career.
By this time, we done Give Me the Light and had success with Little X. And he was the only one that kind of got our vision of being a more modernistic looking dancehall act.
Now, Little X had a vision to not do the stereotypical looking kind of music video for a Caribbean record, what we'd call the Happy Natives on the Beach video. To us, we always thought that was mega corny and that we'd never succumb to the stereotype.
He said, I have an idea and I want you guys to work with me.
He was like, I want to recreate the basement parties.
Little X is based in Toronto, Canada, and he's of West Indian background, Trinidadian. X said, listen, for us here, we don't get to experience the music the same way you guys get to experience in Jamaica. Where sub-zero temperatures for 1/3 of the year or whatever, we're indoors partying.
And I was like, yo, that's perfect.
So I shot the video we did in Toronto with Little X.
Shake that thing, miss. Kinda shake that thing, miss. Annabella shake that thing, yeah. Donna, Jody and Rebecca. Woman,
We'd show up at the party, say hi to everybody, and we'd go downstairs and be a full club. But every now and then the pops would come downstairs and be like, hey, you're being too noisy.
Stop banging on the damn furnace. You hear me now? This is the last time.
All of that is written in because that's exactly what happens.
Any diaspora that knew anything about winter saw that video and they're like, this is the life that we live. Finally, somebody gets it. This is what it's like being a West Indian outside of the West Indies.
It bridged the gap of what was popular in Jamaica and what was popular in the world at the same time.
We really did get busy after that.
The video went on BT and just blew up.
It's like, boom, Get Busy, hot here in Jamaica, hot in New York, hot in Tokyo, hot in Australia, hot in Wyoming. It was like, you have a #1 song on the Billboard charts. I was like, what the fuck? Couldn't believe it. You see the rhythmic charts, it was on a rap chart, it was on Hot 100 Airplay, it was just like reggae albums, rhythmic top. So it just made different charts and was unprecedented. It was really nuts.
It was worldwide. It's not even a Jamaica thing, it's a world thing.
This is no longer diaspora, this is big time. This is not even about reggae dancehall anymore. This is just a straight up pop smash record.
At that point, we could put out anything on the album, and it worked. The album drops in November, I believe, and it was like, whoa.
Everybody was like, yo, more, just give me more.
That was the second single Billboard Top 10, followed by Like Glue, followed by I'm Still in Love, followed by We Be Burning, followed by Temperature, another #1.
It wasn't anything ever seen in dancehall or Jamaican music history, really.
Outside of Get Busy, the Diwali rhythm itself had an influence on pop music.
Look how much songs, rhythms came off of it that sound exact like, you know, the same type of backbeat, the same type of clapping. From that to the Rihanna,
On the replay.
to the Lumidi, Nina
that's
Sky,
right.
them, Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, man, yeah. And then recent
Yeah.
time, the Justin Bieber there, but the DJ Snake, Let Me Love You.
Yeah. It's all for the steam of what we did in this little room.
Changed my life. See,
You get me my first #1 in the world.
you get
And it's the
you
same
changed
thing.
my life.
It's lasted 20 years. I still start my shows with Get Busy. I got
You can see the love that Sean has for that dude for making that record.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, bro, if you didn't go off, not just with, you know, making the beat and telling me how to do this shit.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
family members going to weddings and being like, yo, let's Get Busy. And they're like, yeah.
I think the most amazing part of it all is that we had conducted this whole project at a tiny little studio in Jamaica.
It just work. It's a Jamaican thing.
Yeah, we make beauty out of nothing.
Nothing. This really was this. It is a product of Jamaica. 100%.
You, yeah, say good? Yeah. Big up, big up. A lot of people ask me how come I still live here. Like, these people made me. They built me to what I am today, and this I feel most comfortable here, even though it is a dangerous place and there are these hardships and whatever. I felt proud that we stayed and helped to make a positive difference. Respect me that. Up, 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 up. Just making a song that made people have fun is a part of forgetting your problems in that club for 5 hours. It's a part of that escape.
I didn't ever think this would be us growing up because it was rough.
He has more than made his mark and been a paragon of success for any music genre, to be honest with you, especially as a Jamaican artist, and especially for dancehall.
Every time I look back at it, it's something to just be like amazed by that I accomplished in life. It's nuts. Yeah, man, make history, bro.
Get busy, just shake that booty non-stop. When the beat drop, just keep swinging it.
How did it become Sean Da Paul?
There's a famous cricketer in Trinidad, Shigna rhyme Shanda Paul. Everybody was like, Shanda Paul, and yo, that name stuck. And then I just started to say it on intros and met the dude Shanda Paul years later, and he's like, yo. But yeah, big up to Shigna rhyme Shanda Paul.
Get busy.
Word up. Yo, that was